Today we are going to learn how to set up a payroll in a software called Payroll. We have a portal where we use the services. So we will log on to our portal. We are connected to our VPN. Now I log into my server. We have this software called Payroll. We double click on that. Once this software is open, now we click on File. You go to File, we create a new company, and you say Next. Now it's very simple. You see, step by step is going to guide you through how to set up a company. So you will add a company. Let's call it ABC Company LLC. ABC Company Corporate. ABC Corporate LLC, or ABC Materials Inc. Then we need to provide their address. So I'm going to use my office address, 1464 East Whitestone Boulevard, Suite number 504, Cedar Park, and you just click, you can search for it, Texas, and then zip code 78613. Now in contact name, you can put your name, your CPA's name, accountant's name, somebody who would be responding to IRS if there's any notice. And we can put a telephone number. We can put any number we like, 5616. Fax number, if you like to add that, and email address. So I will add my business email address here just in case, so client can use their addresses as well. admin@margotechservices.com. And for form 941, if you don't know what is 941 form is, 941 is a quarterly payroll report, 944 is annual payroll report, and 943 is for agriculture employees. So let's say in this case we have a 941 and we select 941, and we need to put the EIN number. So in this case we're just going to put 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 9-digit number. Trade name, if you have a DBA, you can add that trade name there. So let's call it ABC Materials. And if you want to do a round number for the federal tax, you can select that option, but we just leave it to the regular software. Let the software calculate on its own. We don't need to provide any of this information. If you want to, if you have multiple locations and stuff, you can do that, but we click next. And then for the state ID, if you have out-of-state taxes, if you want to file through the software, we usually file directly through Texas Workforce Commission, their website, or if we go to the state website, we have a direct account there. But if you want to file payroll report for the state taxes through this software, you can do that as well. So provide a state ID. In this case, we're just gonna punch a number 12121212, and unemployment account number. So you will have unemployment number as well, which you basically get after registration from the state office, and you can provide your tax rates. So let's call it 2.7% in this case. And base wages in Texas is $9,000, and physical month, the starting month would be January. We don't want to round off, so we won't check this. We don't want to hide employees information. Well, we can select that. If you want to hide employee social security number in the pay stub and direct deposit file, we can select that. Or if we uncheck this, then basically all the information will appear on the check, and we click next. Once we do next, it asks us what other information that you have that you want to either you want to finish to update that, or if you want to put for some sort of a check order and envelopes. We do not like to subscribe for those options. We click finish, and then basically this sets up the company's account. Now you cannot run a payroll without having an employee. So now you go to the employees tab and you click in new employee. Now you can add an employee directly from here, and let's say in this case we say B is the last name, and we're going to use my office address here as well. We have to have a 9-digit social security number. So I'm not going to put my real social. I'm going to put 00000000. Date of birth, we need to add that, or we can ignore that. But let's say I'm going to put a fake date of birth here as well. We don't need to provide any phone number or fax, but if you want to include that information, you can. If the employee is inactive, you can always select here. But since we're adding a new employee, better be active. Now we can choose a filing status. Either the person is single, married, or a head of household. So let's say in this case we call it married. Number of allowances, let's say this person have 2 kids and he wants to select for number of allowances as 2 or 3 because married. We can do 2. We have the option to do payroll either weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, or monthly. So let's say in this case we select for monthly, then we're going to have 12 pay periods. If we select semi-monthly, means every 15 days, then we're going to have 24 pay stubs for the year. And if we do bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. Remember, we have 52 weeks in a year, so every 2 weeks means 26 pay periods. So let's say we select monthly, and we don't want to do track 0 or anything. We will just leave it to the software to do it on its own. We will play in next video. We're going to play with some of these options to see how we can play around with these numbers and what changes we can make. Next, let's say we put a regularly hourly pay rate as $15 an hour, and overtime rate will be the 1.5 times, 15 into 1.5, which will be $22.50. And let's say this person uh, also get mileage for driving, and we can say, okay, let's say 50 cents per mile. And we say next. All these taxes should be by default except the state. We can select that. Reason being, we are not filing any state tax return through this software. So in this case, you can deselect that. You can take this out from your selection list. But if you do, uh, I mean, either you want to take all the state income taxes, state unemployment taxes, everything out if you're not filing any reports for the state. But if you do, then you can keep this active. Let's say in our case, we do not want to file any state reports, any state unemployment reports to the software. We deselect those. We just take it out from our selection list and we say next. And if employee wants to do a 401k contribution, it always is going to be under in a percentage criteria. Let's say it's 2.5%, and employer does the match up. So we select employer, and also let's say 2.5%. If employer is providing any health insurance, or if there's some deduction from employee's pay stub for health insurance premium that employee is paying from his pocket, then it will come here. So let's say he pays $150 per paycheck per month for health insurance from his pocket, and he contribute 2.5% for 401k, and employer does the matchup. Once we do this next, it's basically this this setups the employee account. Now let's do an example for running a paycheck. We click on check, we say new, and we select this employee, only employee right there, and we say for the month of November 2021, from November 1st to November 30th, we can select whatever pay date. Let's say if we do the 30th, or if we do December 5th. If we do December 5th, basically the taxes will be due only after selecting the month. Let's say we do November 30th, and if it's $15 an hour, let's say this person works 40 hours in a week, and there's 4.25 weeks in a month, and that comes up to 170 hours. So let's say this person worked extra 20 hours overtime, obviously, so $22.5 per hour for the overtime, 1.5 times of regular rate. The system is going to calculate the total salary based on the rates that we have given already. System automatically calculates the federal income tax based upon his filing status and also the number of exemption this person is claiming. Now you can also see that health insurance, $150 what we put per paycheck, is automatically getting deducted. Also 2.5% of the salary, which is $3,000 in this case, 2.5% comes up to $75, is also being deducted from his check, and then employer does his own contribution of $75. Once we click OK, this is the pay stub which is saved. So that's how we set up a payroll account in Payroll Mate, we add a company, and then we add an employee, and we run the paycheck. Now in the next video, we are going to see how to look at the tax liability, how to make a tax payment to IRS through EFTPS system, and also what sort of adjustment or things that we can play around with the employee setup, what sort of income categories we can add, how to add those categories, and to run payroll for multiple employees. Thanks for watching my video. Please give a thumbs up and share with others. Thanks.